Welcome to the Verified Unknown. Well, here curiosity is our compass. Every question is an invitation to explore. We don't give you the answers. We give you the evidence. Let you decide for yourself. Today we are diving into real-life accounts people say show vampires exist. The idea of the vampire has haunted our stories for centuries. These tales are often filled with drama, romance, fear. Beyond the pages of novels, beyond the flickering cinema screen, there are whispers of something more. In our modern world, stories no longer rely solely on town criers or printed newspapers to spread. The advent of social media has created a global village where an unusual experience can be shared with millions in an instant. This has given rise to a new kind of witness, one who can document their claims with video and audio. One notable example of this phenomenon is the TikTok creator known as Domo Draper. He has cultivated a significant following by creating short, engaging videos that explore strange people, peculiar places, unexplained events. His content often acts as a platform for others to share their own encounters, bringing these personal narratives into the public eye on an unprecedented scale. Domo Draper's work is particularly relevant to our topic because he frequently features stories that touch upon vampiric themes. In some of his video clips, he relays accounts from individuals who claim to have felt inexplicably drained of energy after spending time with a particular person. This is often described as a profound and sudden fatigue that seems to have no medical cause. Other stories he shares involve people who have discovered strange, paired marks on their necks or wrists, again with no clear memory of how they got there. Domo Draper typically presents these accounts by interviewing the individuals or retelling their stories, allowing them to speak in their own words without passing judgment or claiming to have definitive proof of their claims. The audience for this type of content is vast and highly engaged. These short videos have a way of making the extraordinary feel immediate and personal. They serve as a digital campfire, around which a new generation gathers to share tales of the uncanny. When we move beyond the curated clips on social media, personal testimonies themselves present a wide and varied landscape of human experience. The stories shared by witnesses are often deeply personal and told with a sincerity that is difficult to dismiss outright. Some accounts describe a friend or acquaintance who underwent a noticeable and unsettling transformation. This person might have become unusually pale and withdrawn, avoiding sunlight, and exhibiting a new, nocturnal lifestyle. The witness might mention that the friend seemed to possess an unnatural coldness to their touch, or developed an aversion to foods they once enjoyed, creating a sense of profound unease for those around them. Witnesses sometimes describe a person having teeth that appeared subtly, yet unnaturally sharp, or fingernails that grew with unusual speed and strength. A few accounts speak of a faint, sweet scent, almost like decaying flowers or overripe fruit, that seem to cling to the individual in question. Others describe a more abstract sensation, a feeling of being watched, or a palpable presence in a room at night, even when no one was visibly there. Now, let us turn our attention to a place where history and mystery intertwine on every corner, the French Quarter in New Orleans. This historic neighborhood, with its intricate ironwork balconies, hidden courtyards, and gaslit alleyways, has long been a magnet for tourists, artists, and of course storytellers. Among the most enduring are those concerning vampires. One tale speaks of a tall, pale man in antiquated clothing seen walking late at night, only to seemingly vanish into a brick wall. A bartender once claimed a regular grew progressively weaker and paler. He swore he saw 2 small circular marks on the man's neck. Another tells of a woman convinced a dark figure visited nightly, standing just outside her window. She placed dried flowers and pungent herbs, including garlic, on her windowsill, and the visitations ceased. If this intrigues you, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell. To truly understand the roots of these beliefs, we must look beyond modern stories and delve into the historical record. History is not silent on this matter. It contains numerous documented instances of vampire panics, periods of intense fear and social anxiety, 18th century, 19th century, in Europe and North America. People believed the dead were rising to harm the living and opened graves. Not mere legends, documented in court notes, church logs, newspaper articles. One well-documented case, New England, late 1700s. A small town, one family suffered a string of deaths, a wasting sickness likely tuberculosis. Desperate townspeople believed a deceased relative was returning as a vampire, draining life. They exhumed the body. Records describe a surprisingly well-preserved corpse with what they recorded as fresh blood in the heart. They burned the heart in a ritual and believed it stopped the plague. This was not isolated. Similar events are recorded throughout Eastern Europe in official and clerical records describing exhumations and measures such as staking, decapitation, or rearranging bones. As our understanding of the natural world has grown, science has been able to offer explanations for many of the phenomena once attributed to vampires. Bloating can force blood-tinged fluids from the mouth, creating the illusion of blood drinking. Skin retraction makes hair and nails appear longer. Gums and lips pull back, exposing more tooth, including the canines. In New England, tuberculosis caused pallor, wasting, and blood-streaked coughing, symptoms that echoed vampire folklore. Cold soil and recency can make a body seem unusually preserved. And yet, science does not offer a tidy explanation for every single account. Some outliers remain. We have now journeyed through a wide array of material: modern witness accounts, French Quarter legends, stark historical records, and scientific studies. As you can see, none of this provides a simple, straightforward answer. The evidence is a complex mixture of folklore, fear, personal testimony, and scientific fact. This is the very essence of the verified unknown approach. Now, the final step in this process belongs to you. You must ask yourself, do these varied accounts, when taken together, add up to compelling proof of something unexplained? Or do they simply paint a detailed picture of human psychology and our age-old struggle to make sense of death, disease, and the unknown? To reach your own conclusion, you must weigh the evidence for yourself. You might choose to read the old court records from the New England panics. You could watch the interviews with modern witnesses. Perhaps you might even visit a place like New Orleans and listen to the stories told by the people who live there. It is wise to look for patterns, but also to demand corroboration.